Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome, everybody, to the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championships 2025, coming to you live from the Saville Community Sports Center here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, located at the University of Alberta campus. My name is Kevin Martin. I'm alongside Canadian champion, Olympic silver medalist Don Bartlett with coverage of the great final we're going to have between Denmark and Italy. Don, what do you think of this matchup?
Kevin, should be a good one. If it's like any of the other games we've seen all week, there should be lots of action, lots of rocks in play.
Well, let's introduce the teams here in this gold medal game. We've got Team Italy. They'll be throwing the red rocks, undefeated with Lucrezia, Grande, and Stefano Spiller. And then on Team Denmark, also undefeated. No doubt that's why these two teams are in the gold medal final. Katrine Schmidt and Jacob Schmidt. Coach of the Italians, Marco Mariani, and coach is Ulrich Schmidt, the dad of both players actually on this Denmark team in the final. So looking forward to a really, really good game here, and we're ready to get started in just a few seconds. One thing about the semifinals, both were sort of lopsided because the leads put their rocks in the right spots on both the Italians and also Team Denmark, so it should be a really good start. This line's getting a little bit tight. Oh, nicely done. Got by. I did mention earlier the strategy of not coming right down to the back rock. It's been a little different this week. We've seen a lot of play to the front 8, front 4, top button at the most, which is different than traditionally with mixed doubles. You like that first rock frozen to the back. So I've seen a little bit of different strategy here at the junior mixed doubles. So I'm a little surprised about that.
Yeah, I told our team, like Kevin and I were coaching Team England here, and I told them, try to get it in a spot where you can touch it, but they can't. You can tap it up, but they can't because it'll hurt them. So, and I focused them on the first two shots. Make your first two really good, and the rest then is a lot easier then.
Certainly point taken here. We've got Team Italy with a really good one to start, but look at this. This yellow stone's hanging a little wide. Generally means you're a touch heavy. This ice, it's just been fantastic. The ice makers, Bruce Borgnine and Cody Hall, have done a tremendous job this week. It's about 15 seconds, Don, from hog to get your button. If you're at all heavy, it will not take the curl. and you'll end up being a little bit wide.
Yeah, it's great ice. It's middle of the 12 to get to the button, like you said, 15 seconds. And I love ice that penalizes you if you're a little off where you should be. Like if you're a little tight, you're going to be on the guard. If you're a little heavy, it's going to hang and go back 8. So it's great ice for great shot making.
And I just want to take a couple seconds here. We have a bronze game going on as well on Sheet Delta right now, and that's Team Korea, Bobe Kang and Hakshun Kim, taking on Team Sweden, Moa Dryberg and Vilmer Nygren. So we'll keep you updated as we can with scores coming from the bronze game, but our primary on our sheet is going to be the gold medal final. The chance to come around to the top of the house again. Well, came up a touch lighter than we would have liked. Would have liked that in the top rings, but not bad. Takes away pretty much anything easy. Keep in mind, yellow has last home.
These early shots are very important. Like if you can get one 3/4 frozen, you're looking really good for the rest of the end. Because now the other team is drawn to a 3 or 4 inch spot, and if they bounce off at all, then you go in again. And this week we've seen a lot of 4 or 5 enders, because once the team makes a couple of shots in a row and you miss a couple in a row, your shots become extremely difficult. Looks like a great, well, a little heavy, so that's a bit of a mistake. So now they can freeze one in there, and they'll be looking really good. So it's going to be mostly with the draw game for the rest of this end, because there's 2 center guards up and they're a fair bit apart. So to run them back, it's going to take a great shot.
Oh, turn chance to get into the pocket here. You can see the red and yellow on each side of the button. So obviously a great call here would be to nestle one right in between them. Well, that's a pretty good result.
Down the spot where you can put a good shot, and that shot pretty well guarantees that there won't be a big end by either team here. There should be a 1, maybe a 2 at most scored.
Yeah, you hear it talked about a lot when somebody comes into an area like that. You're cutting down the scoring area, and that red one is going to be pretty much impossible to get out of there at this point. So right now it's kind of confined to the button area, and that's why, to Don's point, it's pretty tough to get more than a 1 or 2 in there because it's all clogged up.
Let's see how they position this one. I've been really impressed with the sweeping too. A lot of the sweepers have a really good eye of the weight and how to sweep it at the end. They carve it at the end when they need to. So it looks a little warm. He's off it.
Oh, this is beautiful line. Look at that. Oh, well, red is shot, but that's kind of a scary situation. Yeah, I show the replay on this coming by. To your point, Don, looking at the line, knowing when to carve, when to keep it straight, keeping it straight, and then we're by. Carve it in there. And got it underneath the red rock by a quarter stone. Very, very impressive.
Guard and hoping they don't get into much damage with the run backs. That was probably going to happen. He might be running this rock in. Depends on where it ends up.
Always scary though, Don, to guard when it's yellow sitting second, third, and 4th. So one really good shot is made here. Could be a bundle. But right now, though, you can see that yellow rock is underneath the guard by about a quarter stone. So just draw weight for now. Come around, bump the yellow onto the button for shot rock. Then wait and see if you can maybe blast that red out of there somehow in the end to score multiple points. So perfect weight here would be kind of back button, back 4, something like that. This look perfect if the weight's enough. Line is perfect if the weight's enough. Just bump it button. Well?
Yeah, my old eyes can't tell. What do you think, Kevin?
That's extremely close. But the good news for yellow is that yellow-yellow combination might knock the red out if it gets an opportunity to hit it. Bit of a scary time for red right now. If that red can be removed. It's not easy, though, by any means. I think you just guard at this point. Guard up the yellow-yellow combination.
Yeah, they don't have much on the other turn, so put a long guard up where you don't want to get it too tight because then they can blast it in.
So last stone here for Team Italy here in the first end. What a great end of curling. So just throwing up a guard here, hoping to let that red stone side button survive. Boy, I generally take a guess, Don, at which one's shot. But I'm going to say red is shot right now. But, that's extremely close. You know, you're not going to speak up, Donnie, on this one? Okay. Oh. Jacob kind of pointed at the yellow like it could be shot. And you wouldn't want to try to blast the red if it is indeed shot. With all of those red rocks up front, they're all overlapped on one on another. So the run backs aren't even really available. So playing the out turn, trying to get by tight and a double bump to make sure your shot rock and not have a risk of maybe giving up steel. But tremendous first end by both teams. This one's out their ways. Well, they're leaving the rocks in the middle, so looking like why not? Let's start the game off with a measurement. See who indeed does have shot rock. So the official will grab the measuring apparatus. A lot of bonspiels you'll see that people play around the world. A lot of times the players will measure their own stones, but at a world championship and events like this or the Olympic Games, you'll see officials come out and do the measuring rather than the players.
In the clockwise rotation, they'll spin it. And they try to keep their head out of the way so the fans at home can see the dial move.
And the official at the end will point to shot stone. So yellow it is, 1-0. Team Denmark after an excellent first end. We'll be back in just a moment.
Handcrafted in Revolution.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
Or Alicia, cause some chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Well, there is the table with the medals, the gold medal, silver medals, bronze medals. And of course, you wonder, what's the Volvo car doing on? Well, this is part of an overall festival of curling that we've had here at the Saville for the last 5 weeks. It all started off with a World Open triples event, 3-person curling. Second event was a World Open stick curling. So that's older athletes, wheelchair athletes. Third event was a U25 World Open mixed doubles, and then coming to, obviously, the World Championship here for junior mixed doubles. The showdown at the Saville, presented by Volvo Cars Edmonton. The reason for the Volvo cars, and it's been just a terrific setup here all week. I'm very happy, with everything that happened here. All the people that have come, teams have had a great time. Honored to be the chairman for this event, and and have Volvo involved, and Booster Juice, the title for the World Junior, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. Chateau Lacombe has been a wonderful host hotel for everybody at Floor Edmonton. So we've been very, very lucky and honored to have this event. So here we go. Second end, 1-0 for Denmark in the first, and a beautiful freeze perfectly on the red stone. Oh, this one's hanging out, which means it's a little bit heavy. Cannot afford to be heavy on this ice, or your rock will not curl enough.
Yeah, and I used to play with Pat Ryan back in the day, and one thing I always learned from Pat was when the other team misses, you got to make them pay. So that was always our little saying when the other team missed. Okay, let's make them pay. So, a good freeze here and see what happens.
Pat Ryan, of course, multiple-time Canadian champion and on world champion and on the world stage all the time. And Donnie, of course, played with Pat Ryan lots. You and I played together for many, many, many years in lots of Briars and World Championship, Olympic Games. So, a lot of years. Great you joined up in the booth here after coaching this week for Team England. What was that like for you?
It was like you called me up and said that this team needed a coach, and I said, sure, I'll do it. And I always love coaching, and especially young people. I always try to give back to the game as much as I can because the game's been so good for me, and it was just so much fun. I tried to spew out as much as I could information and then see what stuck and see what they like to do, and they're very receptive. And Matthew, our male curler, he said since January he's been practicing 6 times a week. Like that's commitment. He's very, very knowledgeable. He loves Nicodine. He watches all kinds of videos. So he's a student of the game.
And now a pretty good setup here for Team Denmark early, having one on the front of the button and one back corner of the button. So Team Italy now trying to come down and bump the Denmark stone as top button. Near nose would be great. Oh, just like that. Snuck it between the goalposts. You'd think that'd be impossible. All of a sudden, just with that shot, Denmark is looking great. And all of a sudden, red sitting, second, third, and fourth. And that yellow that is shot rock is wide open.
Yeah, that's on Italy's last one there. Denmark had a chance to make the freeze, and they didn't. And they didn't make them pay. And then Italy came down and made them pay with that great shot.
Did you see the call on this one, Donnie? I did. Coming down to the back one, I think, possibly. Try to get a little wiggle inside. I'm not sure. If you could get to the nose of the one top four, that'd be great. Boy, you'd hate to hit the outside half and bump it onto your own. Oh, it's got to get enough curl. Lots of weight on this one. Try to get to nose. Beautiful shot. What a great touch.
Yeah, no, you can tell why these two teams are in the final here. They red is sitting shot, but I'd rather be yellow right now, unless this shot right here is made. That's the great thing about the mixed doubles. There's action, and just when you think you got the other team in trouble, they make a great shot, and then you're in trouble. It's we've seen all week lots of 4s and 5s because if you miss a couple of shots in a row, the other team pounces on you, and there's not much you can do. You have to draw to a couple of inch spot, and if you don't, then they're going to get another one in there.
So as Don says, this is an important one. Try to get it nestled. Back button, you can see between the yellow and the red back forefoot. If you get one in there, that red should be pretty safe. If you're a little heavy, it's okay to bump the yellow. If you're heavy, though, it won't curl as much. So just try to get in between the red and yellow. Line looks good on this as long as you get by the front yellow. Maybe left it just a touch long. No, that's pretty good. That's shot rock in between the yellow and the red. So well done. Wow. Is that there? No. They were looking at the red across the top of the red in the back forefoot, which would get rid of all the reds. But the problem is the guard's in the way, I think, to make that one. Wow, pressure now. Lots of reds kicking around, trying to bump the yellow back into the pile. I think this is the right call.
Yeah, but it's a tough shot. Like if you're a little wide, you're going to jam it onto the red and not be shot. If you're a little tight, you could over curl and red could be sitting 2 or 1. That's the only sitting 1.
If you over curl though, Don, you might leave a double for red to lie 5. If you over curl, the yellow will go out in the open, and you can come in off it. Well, we can't. Okay, you don't want that to happen. Anything but that. Right on the nose is lovely. How about that?
The degree of difficulty in that shot was amazing. You had to have the perfect weight, perfect line, and they hit it perfectly. But still, red's got something in their top 4 there.
Yeah, you can bump the red one for shot, but that yellow is so well positioned. If you hit the red one onto the yellow just goes back into the red ones. So what a great bump to save the end here. And now for Team Italy to bump their stone onto the button further. But now back to your point last end, Don. You said, well, because of that well-placed rock up front, this is going to be difficult to score more than 1 or 2. Here we are again. Very small area in the middle of the house to score a bunch of points. And that's sort of what mixed doubles is all about, trying to position those rocks so you can take advantage.
Yeah. And so far we've seen a lot of great shooting. And then that's why there's so many rocks in the forefoot and like I say, not too many chances at the big end. But you'll see probably sometime in this game, one team will have a couple of bad shots in a row and another team will make the pay by getting 4 or 5. And again, look at this. That's like 4 or 5 great shots in a row. It's great to see. And when you have great ice and great rocks, you can do this. And we've got that this week.
Yeah, this is fun to watch. But you see how good the athletes are. There was no worry. There's no worry for Stefano Spiller thinking, does it have enough weight? He didn't sweep the bump, knew it was exactly perfect right on the button. So now I believe the call was just a guard. I don't think there's no way to get the red one out. So guard up the other bump, because the red that's biting the top 4, if you were to bump it near the nose onto the other red one, the yellow would go almost completely out of the forefoot. So then the top red would be the second shot rock. It would be a shot for 2. So the idea now is to throw a guard and take that bump away.
Same thing happened in the first end. Guard with the last one, right, to stop the big end.
Well, that looks pretty good. There's no intern hole there. The yellows, well, they're having a good look to see if Stefano can see enough air to go between the two yellows and go tap on the reds. But I don't know. It looks pretty small.
About the yellow run back in the middle of there, the rock on the side.
The one that's out front between the Booster Juice logos. Oh, can you imagine if you run it across the top of the yellow though and pick your red one out of there? Yeah. Put yellow onto the red biter of the forefoot would work good, I think. That would work, but yeah, you've got one in the bank right now. I think you probably want to keep your one safe and sound. Is there any chance an intern draw, Donnie, can get more of the button than the yellow in the back corner?
There might be enough room. I mean, everything has to be absolutely perfect. Right now, this looks a little warm, but we'll see.
The last shot here in end number 2, and there is no doubt why these two teams are in this final. Red sitting 1, trying to get a bigger bite of the button, and this weight looks pretty good. Line might be getting a little bit snug. It does just touch, but what a good try. After 2 ends, though, fantastic start. 1-1. We'll be back with end 3 right away.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
You're watching live coverage of the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2025, coming to you from the Saville Community Sports Center here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I'm here with Don Bartlett, Canadian champion, Olympic silver medalist. We played together for many, many years. And Don, you just said that the game is tied 1-1 because both teams are curling so well.
Yeah, that's all week, all the games that I've been watching, there's usually chances for big ends, but these kids are making everything right now, and then closing up the scoring area, and it's a real tough time of getting your deuce.
I'll just give you a quick little update over on the bronze game. In the first end, Team Korea got a single point, and in number 2, a single point back. So it's tied up 1-1. Team Korea having hammer going into the third end over at the bronze game. So same type of game, great teams out here this afternoon in the gold and bronze games, and looking forward to tons of good shots. And guess what? That red stone frozen perfectly to the back one again. Just a terrific start. And now Team Denmark trying to match with
they wanted to stay another week. That's how much fun they're having. They just really enjoyed it, and it's perfect for you and your volunteer schedule.
Yeah, we're lucky with the amount of people that have come out to help from all kinds of groups to be able to pull off an event like this. But it has been wonderful, and the curling's been fantastic. And that's what it was all about. And I love hearing that the kids are having fun. Obviously, that's why you do these things, and making a lot of curling shots, as is certainly being shown here so far in this game. Here in the third end, the championship gold medal game. Beautiful red rays red freeze onto the back yellow. A perfect shot exactly on the button. Now trying to play a freeze and maybe bump it a bit. Look at that angle. The red onto the yellow doesn't quite touch that back red. That's a perfect angle. You couldn't walk down and place that rock.
For people watching online and they're just learning the game, and watch other people. They'll be cleaning it most of the way down, and then at the end they go hard. That's the way you want to throw a curling rock. Just dust it early, and then make all the movement late from the hog line in. That's what has all the curl, and then you can the later you can wait to sweep, the better you'll be. And then these kids got the weight locked.
So out turn, try to freeze very close to the nose of the red rock if possible. Tough shot for Jacob Schmidt, though. And of course, it wouldn't be right if you and I don't talk about Ulrich a little bit, because we played against him. Actually worked with the team back in the day before the 2002 Olympic Games, and we played against him. And I think, Don, that Ulrich's team in that Olympic Games in 2002, it was a good game. Maybe he should have even beaten us, if I remember right.
Yeah, I can't remember that game, but I remember we played them in our careers probably 3 or 4 times, I'm guessing. And I know for sure they beat us once, maybe even twice. So we always had a tough game with them. And a lot of the teams back in the day, they played them all over the years. And I just love the camaraderie. I coached now quite a bit, and I see the same guys we were playing against back in the day. Right now, they're all coaching, and they're coaching their kids, and now there's grandkids involved. Like, shows you how great the game is, and we're still friends.
And we're talking about that if you throw it a little bit heavy, that's exactly what happened to Jacob Schmidt on that last one, just a little bit big, chipped off. So now, for Team Italy, a choice. You can make the in-turn bump on the red onto the yellow to get that yellow off the button. I think that's probably not a bad call. Or the aggressive option is to freeze into the pocket and wait for later. I like this. Yeah, lay that bump just far enough. Red sits 2. But nobody's sweeping the bumps because they know exactly how far they're going to go. It's quite remarkable, because if that stops 1 inch quicker, red would only be sitting 1. But instead, it went far enough to sit 2.
And here's one of those ends where one team made a mistake, the other team has made them pay for it, and so now they have to make a good shot. If they don't, this could be a big steal for Italy here.
So what do you do now? It's inviting to try to get one into the pocket between the yellow and the red up top forefoot. You can't really do much with hitting the red one that's in the top forefoot, because if you did, the red that's top button would just jam into the back red, and the top red would go over and jam on the side yellow. So you can't really do any damage that way. So instead, try to get a rock into the middle yourself and hope to use it later in the end is the thought process behind this. In curling, a lot of times you're trying to think 2, 3 rocks ahead, maybe even 4, but definitely 2 or 3. So in this case, by getting into the pocket, think, okay, I'll get in the pocket now, and then maybe later in the end, I can promote this rock onto shot rock. And that was really well done.
Yeah, that's one thing you were really good at, Kevin. So I learned from you early that you played the game backwards. You always wanted to see, like, if we had to steal, you wanted the 2 guards up front. So you didn't really care what happened in the rings. As long as I got 2 guards up front when I come to shoot, and we have to steal, then that's a job number one. Job number two was always trying to get one tapped back 4 so we could freeze to it, the back of the button, so we could freeze to it to steal the game. So I always admired that. You're always like a chess master playing the game backwards.
Well, be doing stuff backwards makes sense. I was thinking they were looking at for Team Italy here, looking at actually coming off. I didn't mind the call, to be honest. Coming off the side yellow to the left as we're looking at it, and come to the button off of it. I quite like that call, but I believe throwing the guard is the call, coming across the center line. So you can see the rock, hoping it comes across center to take away the yellow raise, which is the reason Jacob Schmidt put it there, was to raise it back anyway. And that's beautiful. Perfect shot.
That's like, you think, oh, that's just a guard, but when the ice is curling 5 feet, you got to get the line right and the weight right. So that's a really good shot.
So that nullifies the raise that Jacob was hoping for. Takes that away. Could still play the bump on the nose of the red, though. And then the red one would, of course, jam on the button. But the back red would be gone. And then the back yellow in the bottom corner, as we're looking at it, at the corner of the button, would be second shot. So red right now, I believe, is lying 2. There it is. I don't think you want to hit it. Just lightweight, because the top one isn't going anywhere. Top red. It's just going to sit right there. That's what they decide. Having a look at center guard back, not a bad call either. No, liking the intern. I like this shot.
This is the one you liked. Yeah, I like this shot too. You got to limit your damage here. You got to be careful how it rolls, though. You don't want to give him something to come off of. You do it wrong here.
So you're trying to think, Donnie, nose or close to the nose with back 8. Back 8 foot would be enough to get that red stone, the back red stone, out of the 4-foot circle. You don't need to get it out of the house. Just out of the 4-foot would be beautiful. So near nose here. The line's looking pretty good. By the guard, extremely tight. This should be close to the nose. And gets the red one far enough. So now the red-red combination would get rid of that red side button now. So, great shot. Now, can you bump? Could maybe bump the yellow-red combination, so red sitting 2 again. But you don't want to line up the front wrong, or else all of a sudden it could be, oh boy, I'm trying to calculate how many. Could be a 5-ender if this isn't lined up right and yellow hits yellow into the back red ones. There's no reason why all 3 reds couldn't go to the house. So this has to be exact. You saw Team Italy say, we're going to bump, but we want to bump on the nose or roll to the inside a little bit, not bump and roll outside. That's the ticket here.
Yeah, I'm getting more impressed every end with the curling. These kids can shoot. Man, oh man, there's a reason why they're both here. It's fun to watch. Like it really is. Like these shots are being made perfectly.
Let's see if they can make one more perfect here. Trying to bump this to the top of the button, but stay near nose. Stay on the nose, bump top button. Well, like that. Is there any way to spring those red rocks? They're in too good a shape, I think. Fantastic shooting. Red sitting 2. If you promote red onto yellow onto red, you're certainly going to get rid of 1 red. Might be your best chance. So this will, you'd want to throw this with a little bit of pace and try to scramble the stones in the middle. Last rock here in the third end, trying to make a bump back to only give up one. Yeah, making contact. Does the trick. Great shot. As good as he could do. That's one red for Team Italy. 2-1 now after 3.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston pizza at home.
Now we're back to fourth end action here. 2-1 Team Italy. You're looking at the Saville Community Sports Center, a 10-sheet club. Opened in 2003, just a beautiful facility. Also in the building, you've got tennis courts, 14 courts on site, football stadium out the back, a soccer pitch, fitness center. Just a remarkable place for sports. And it has been busy this last 5 weeks with curling action. And here we are, the gold medal game between Italy and Denmark at the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2025. Try to start this end again with perfection, trying to come down to the back 4-foot stone or even top button. That's great. Top 4. And just like that. Very nice. That did curl a long ways. But perfect weight control right on the button. Katrine Schmidt with an in-turn. I think would like to bump this just a little bit. We're trying to throw back button, back 4 type of weight. Of course, you cannot afford to be too heavy or the rock won't curl enough. So just wanting to bump the red one just ever so slightly back, just maybe a few inches.
It's amazing. Like the curling is really good. And why you're seeing such a low-scoring game too is if one team misses a shot, the other team makes a good one, and then the next team that missed the shot, their next one they're making a great shot. So it's hard to get any offense going for either team.
And that yellow rock completely buried underneath the guard. I'll give you a quick update over in our bronze game. Team Korea did get a deuce in 3. Forced Team Sweden to 1 in the 4th, so it's 3-2. Team Korea over Sweden. Team Korea will have Hammer playing in the 5th. And in our game, We're only in the 4th, so they're just cruising along over there on sheet Delta, on sheet D, the bronze game. But look at that, set up a pocket back there. Red is shot. Well, you can go to the button. That red raise looms large. What would you do here, Donnie? I like the out turn draw to the button, but that red one, isn't that a concern at some point?
Yeah, and that's the position rock. You always want a rock top 4, full 8 at furthest back, but if you can get one top 4 where you can touch it but they can't, you can raise it and they can't, that's a really great spot. And you control the 4-foot then. It doesn't matter what they do behind you. You've got that red rock you can use when you need to use it.
The call was to come out into the top 4-foot. Button would be fine, even if it parks right beside the red one. That would be okay too. But this is coming right into the pocket. That's fine. Beautiful. There's no. It's going to take at least 2 to get that yellow one out. That's locked in there. But this red bump to the button, this is certainly available, and that would give Team Italy shot tone if it was made perfectly. This game is going where the teams are making so many shots. You take it for granted this will be made, but this is a really tough shot, trying to bump a rock in the top 4-foot right to the Booster Juice logo.
Yeah, and it continues, like great shot after great shot. And I think the key to this game is when your opposition misses, you got to make 2 good ones in a row to put them in trouble. If not, this is going to keep going like this. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Almost no hits. That's how great they're pulling. They don't need to hit. They're just getting out of trouble by drawing.
So trying to bump this right to the button on the nose. Looks pretty good. And to the button. Sure. Shot rock. It's exactly perfect. The red is shot. You mentioned the sweeping earlier, Don, and Stefano has full control over this rock all the way down the sheet, keeping his eyes looking at the target.
Definitely different than when I used to do back in the day, but this is how it's done now. And like I said earlier, just watch them. They clean, and then hogland in, they pound it. And the weight control is I'm really impressed with the weight control.
So looks like Team Denmark are going to have a go at a double here. Can see about a thick half of that red stone in the top 8-foot, trying to run it onto shot stone, but you can only see a thick half, and you need to hit a thick half. So pretty much has to get by the guard by nothing to make this. Got by very little. It might get so close. I might not have been there, because he only got by the guard by 3/4 of an inch. So anyway, did not quite make contact. So red is shot and shooting. So you get another one top button here and really block up the scoring area. The top 4-foot, top button. The tolerance here would be to be a little bit short. You don't want to be long on this one. Stefano Spiller on this all the way, so it's definitely not long. Top 4, though, pretty good. Really good, actually. Because by bumping the red, you can only see about 2/3 of the red one. If you hit 2/3, the red will bump onto the yellow slightly, and then their top red one would be shot rock. So plenty good enough. This might be a time to throw the run back. Red onto red to get rid of at least open up the middle and maybe have a chance to score.
I think that's the call right now. You're in a bit of trouble right now. Your angles aren't good. They have really good angles. They can get rid of that yellow rock at the back four pretty well whenever they want with the intern. So run it back and try to do some damage. If you hit it perfect, I think your best case scenario right now is to try to score one. Like they're in trouble for another steal.
Well, and the score is only 2-1. So if you scored one here, tie game after 4, it's all good. Both teams still have a power play. So, but this is tough. Trying to play the out-turn bump. Understanding if you make it, you'll be shot rock. But this is so difficult. This is an out-turn, come around, get by the guard tight, and bump the red stone in the top 4 foot onto the other red. So you're shot rock. Well, that's exactly the call, and it was made perfect. Yellow is shot, but you mentioned it earlier. It's open, so you could just blast it out if you're red and lie 3. So far in this game, neither team have taken the defensive choice. They've always taken the offensive choice, and in this case would be the draw freeze or the bump freeze.
Yeah, there's not much more weight than back 8 this whole game. Do what you need, the weight you need to make the shot perfectly, and they're hitting every time. It's fun to watch.
So I think decided on the out turn freeze bump to the back yellow to lie 4 rather than the in turn bump to the button to lie 1. I think that was the final decision. We'll see in just 1 second. That is an out turn grip. So that is an out turn back 8-foot bump. That is the call. Be a little careful. If you're heavy, it won't curl enough. Well, already sweeping it, so weight must be pretty good. Would like to bump this at least a couple inches to sit 2. Boy, this looks really good though. And bump it 2 inches? Why not? Sitting 2. That was the call.
Is anybody going to miss? Like this is awesome. And again, watch the sweeping. Like the weight is just perfect. Sweep it all the way. Just perfect weight. Like it just gets by the red rock. Like this is the people that have been curling for 20 years couldn't do better than what these kids are doing right now. This is awesome to see.
A tough one here now. Team Denmark. Katrine Schmidt needing a good one, trying to throw the out-turn bump against 2, trying to get close to the nose of the red, hoping that you'll get shot rock. This, I don't know. I think this is the shot, could get in for second shot. I think red has a steal locked up. But trying to get in there for second. Cannot afford to be light, though. It is going to be a little bit light. Well, that is a steal of 2. Fantastic end played by Team Italy. 2 more. 4-1. Team Italy at the halfway point after 4 ends. We'll be back with 5th end action right after this.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
That's life. That's what all the people
And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Well, welcome back to the fourth end break. What a first half we've had. Great score of 1 in the first by Team Denmark. Tied up in the second, Team Italy, but a big steal of 1 in the third and a big steal of 2 in the fourth. But I'll tell you, this game's not over. Both teams are playing great. Rocks are being put in perfect positions. Can't wait for the second half, which is going to start right after these messages.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Well, welcome back. You're watching coverage of Italy versus Denmark at the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2025 from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The score, 4-1, Team Italy over Team Denmark going into the fifth end. And Dawn, this has been something else. You and I've, we've taught curling, well, our whole lives together. And I don't know if I've seen better spot on rock placement, and I understand this is a junior event. I'm talking any event.
Yeah, no, it's incredible to watch, and I just love the sweeping. I've been a sweeper my whole life. I'm really impressed with how both teams are just heavy clean early, and then from just outside of the hog line just pound it, and the weight's perfect every time. Like, it's just getting by rocks by an inch with the perfect weight. It's not hard. It's not easy to do.
So people all over the world are watching this, Dawn. They're going, we got to curl because this looks so easy. Because every shot's being made to within an inch or two of where the desired outcome is. And this is, look at this. Right on the button again. Great to watch. And now you'll see a freeze played. This freeze is important to make for a couple of things. One is not to make it exactly perfect on the nose, but to be a bit of an angle so that you can get that red rock out later in the end if necessary. So yes, you want the freeze, but you want it to be an angle freeze.
And just watch the sweeping here. Look, he's going pretty hard early. Just having a look and seeing. off and on. This is a good thing. It's a little warm right now, it looks. And it's way out there, too. So this could be... It's going to be ballpark. Hard to finish at the end. Yeah, look at that. Just like you said, Kevin, got the end.
Yeah, if you make contact that yellow onto the red, it doesn't hit the back yellow. That's perfect. That's exactly the angle, and they're frozen right together. So that's certainly within an inch of line and weight, exactly at 144 feet, I believe, is the exact distance of a sheet of curling ice.
That just goes to show how good the ice is too. Like they have no issues at all of worrying about line or weight. It's like 15 seconds curling 4.5, 5 feet. And here we go again. Now Italy's got to make a good freeze.
Don, I just had somebody tell me that it's 145 feet, not 144. So anyway, somebody can send me a note later because I'm not sure now that you got me questioning. It's a long ways. That's the point of the exercise. The long ways, and that upsets the freeze. So now red onto yellow will get out of red. But look, red onto red jams the back yellow. It's just crazy good shooting. So the only defense against this now for Jacob Schmidt is to bump again. Bump the red back so that you can get the two reds out. Just cat and mouse to perfection right now.
Yeah, if anybody is playing mixed doubles, this would be a good game to watch after. Like, this is textbook curling. Scores 4-1, but having coached for the first time in mixed doubles this week, no score unless you're up 6 or 7. No score is safe because the power play can get you a lot of points, and there's 4s and 5s up there all the time.
Yeah, this was your first mixed doubles. Of course, you coached Rachel Holman last year, John Schuster in the past, Rachel a couple years ago, John Schuster in the past, lots of the top teams, but not mixed doubles so much.
No, this is new for me, and I told the kids when I first met them, I said, you guys are probably going to know the game better than me. So hopefully I can learn real quick and help you out.
Well, there's a pocket now. Team Italy, so did not sit on top. So Team Denmark a little bit heavy there. Didn't move the red quite as far as he would have liked and wanted to stay in front of the yellow, not roll across it. So now there's a wide open, well, hardly wide open, but today it's wide open, the way these guys are shooting, to get a red stone right in the top of the button. And that'll take at least 2 or 3 shots to get out of there. This shot right here could only end for red.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot you have to make to take control of the end, and this will limit the score to probably 1 at most against you. This is out there a little bit right now. Now it's going. Look at that thing finish. Like, it's just incredible ice. It's much heavy, but still a good angle.
Right now, you could play the double on the reds. The red that's on the button would go through the hole between the yellows, but then the red top 4 is frozen to the yellow up top or on the top of the button. So the call is yellow bump. Try to bump the rock on the button, back a little bit, and sit in that pocket. Trying to set up for a multiple score. Give you a quick update over on the bronze medal game. Team Korea getting a deuce in 5, so 5-2 now. Sweden with hammer, and Sweden has the power play on right now. So it's 5-2, Korea ahead, but Sweden has hammer and in the power play, and looking to lie a couple as we speak. So I'll let you know what happens there in a bit. That is good enough for yellow sitting 1, definitely. Thinking of maybe promote the red. Boy, this is a tough shot. It's almost totally underneath the guard. Trying to hit this red onto yellow. I don't see that yellow going anywhere, the one side button. But I guess as long as you squirt the red one to the center line, then the red would own the center line. I guess that must be the thinking.
You could throw a big hit at it, I guess, and hit the red on the outside. And see what happens. Move everyone one way, but they've gone for the quieter way. And this is great to see. Like a lot of juniors, a lot of time they'll get out of trouble by hitting, and these guys have no fear of the draw game whatsoever.
So just trying to play bump and keep both red rocks up near the top of the house. So smart, really, to own the top of the 4-foot. Certainly thinking beyond their years, no question about that. Trying to keep the aim right to the button. Now, look at that red-red combination. What do you do now if you're yellow? Well, you could. Yellow is sitting 2, though. So you could guard the top red, maybe. Oh, boy. Yeah. That red combination is just too dangerous. You got to guard it. Yeah, and they're playing the guard. It's just too dangerous, that red.
Yeah, for sure. Take your 2 here, hopefully. They've got something on the other side. Not much, though. But, yeah, try to solidify your 2 and go forward.
Coming down to have another look. So thinking of hitting the yellow, and then the red doesn't go on to anything. That's brilliant. Actually, terrific thinking. So what the thinking is, hitting the yellow on the nose. It'll ricochet off the red side 4-foot and onto the red one back button. Yellow would still lie 2, but the red combination would just go straight through the hole. Like, this is really advanced chess going on here. I actually like this call. It's got to be made exactly perfect, though. You hit this on the outside at all, and that red bump is made, a little deal of a bunt as possible. I really like this thinking. This is a good call. Yeah, right on the nose of the yellow with hack weight right there. Absolutely. Great call. Love it. Genius. Change to mind. Go for the guard. Well, yellow, they are sitting 2, so. We'll throw up the guard, hoping to solidify 2 points and get back in the game. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, stay within 2. Like one thing I learned playing mixed doubles. Oh, this has got some heat. It's definitely going to tap. Oh. That was a really bad mistake. Although, what's red going to do?
It looks like red is shot rock now. But that red one, I don't know how you get it out to ever get 2 now for yellows. That was a mistake made by coming just a little bit heavy on that stone. Talking about bumping the red one, but I don't know if you can get it in a better position than it is right now. That's locked in there, solid as a rock.
I always tell people, that, especially young people when I'm coaching them, like, if you don't shoot right now, what does the other team do? So, Kevin, I'll ask you that question. If you don't shoot, what's your teamwork doing?
I would say Denmark, if you don't shoot, if you're red and you don't shoot, you're either playing the yellow on the left-hand side of the sheet, the yellow on the nose in the 8-foot, yellow, 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 and squirt your rock for 1. Or you could play the intern angle tap for 1. But there's no shot for 2. So it's a great situation for red right now. So just don't throw this one too hard.
Yeah, just don't mess up what's in the house right now and hell them to one. Yeah.
I think a guard being played, which is a smart call. And it was a guard. Very smart. Not much choice on this one, I don't think, other than to... Well, still liking the intern tap. Could play the outturn hit. That yellow would definitely go towards the button, the one that's on the side of the button. If you go yellow onto yellow, you make contact with the one side button, it has to go towards the button, I think.
I think that's an easier shot, too. And like this one, this tap, you have to hit this really thin to get the right angle.
But last shot here in the 5th, taking on the angle tap. And Don says you need to hit this really thin. With back 4-foot weight. Try to hit 1 inch of it. Well, this is looking pretty good line. Does it have the weight? Does it have the weight to bump it to the button? How about the line? Well, what a shot. Amazing shot for 1. Incredible intern bump. Let's have another look at that. They're having looked to maybe to see if it's 2. Let's have a look at this. But incredible sweeping, coming around. I just like Jacob, watch, before that rock stops, he gives a good shot before it even stops. They're thinking this might be 2. And there's going to be a measurement for 2. What a shot for 1. Let's see. It's tough to see the center hole because of the Booster Juice logo. It kind of blocks the absolute center of the house.
And that's one thing that bothers me with all these major events. I love those. You got to have sponsors, but leave the button alone so you can see who shot. It's tough to see who shot.
Well, I like the logos on the button. So Donnie, I think that this is our first fight. But let's have a look at this. This is great. What shooting? Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. It is red. So 1 point for Denmark after the 5th end. 4-2 now. Team Italy playing in 6. We'll be right back.
Handcrafted in Canada.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
And we're back looking at the medal table. Of course, everybody loves to see that, especially the players. It's really, I think it's great, Don, when you put it out right next to the sheet in play. So every time the athlete has to go down the ice to shoot, you always have a quick look over to the medals, because that's what you're after. But here we are, 4-2, Team Italy in the sixth end. And what a game it's been. And that was almost a two-end. That was almost a deuce.
Just, I thought that was the play to take the 1 maybe 2, and they made it the point. Like it hang, and we'll fill it again, catch weight. Look at this again. This is, like I say, anybody who's watching this game and want to teach how to play mixed doubles, show a video of this game. This is curling at its best.
So that freeze being made perfect again has Don. I don't think any first rock in this game has been missed. I don't think any.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't frozen, they're full top in the white, which might probably even be better, right?
So I just want to mention that the crowd today absolutely full here at the Saville Community Sports Center upstairs. It's a packed house. Great to see upstairs in the lounge. And it is, for anybody that's been here, they know that it's a very big lounge, so it holds a lot of people. So that's absolutely fantastic to see that many people come out. There's a good contingent from Volvo, Edmonton here. We were just visiting with them before we went on air, and lots of people from Volvo here. Great to see everybody, and they're all welcome, of course, to the Saville. 2 perfect rocks back to back. Now we talked about, yes, the freeze to the button is good, but those rocks in the top 4 are really good.
Yeah, and again, Red's got the angle if they want to use it later. You don't want to get it completely buried because then you can't use it. But the way the ice curls though, like any rock is accessible. So when the ice is this good, you can and you're watching it, you can see great shooting. Again, look at this. It's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if I've chuckled as much because the shooting is phenomenal. That angle again. You bump the yellow on the nose, that red doesn't touch the back yellow unless it drags, which means you're not hitting it on the nose. So, yeah, wonderful to watch. But now definitely with that freeze being made so perfect by Team Denmark, it's advantage Denmark this time. And generally, this game, with the score being what it is, Team Italy is sort of taken over the angles mid-end most of the time. This end, no way. Right now, yellow has control.
Yeah, and they've realized that. Now they're playing the run back. They're playing all game and having the lead too. At up 2 with the hammer, even if you just peel the guard.
Perfect run back, got rid of all the stuff on the button and leaves shot stone right on the button, throws the back yellow. That's by design. Watch the action on this, trying to not over curl, because if you over curl, you go across the face of the yellow. But in this case, because you hit it on the proper side, the rock used the drag effect. Now I know that's getting pretty technical, but that's why that rock came back in a straight motion.
All the yellows are gone except for the one, and you're frozen to it. Like, that's an incredibly good shot.
So now a freeze bump will be attempted. Lock one again right on top of the red one. Be nice to bump the yellow a few inches so that a blast wouldn't get rid of both yellows. Try to get right to the nose and bump it a few inches if you could. If you could, bump it a few inches. Oh, well, still a very good shot. Now, if you were to hit that rock about a half a stone really, really hard on the outside, on the right-hand side or the broom side, both yellows would go and your red on the button would stay. I think that is the call. I believe that is the call. Throw it hard, try to hit half a rock. Just like peeling a center guard. Same type of an action. We'll give you a bit of an update on the bronze game. I mentioned that Sweden were looking good with their power play. They did indeed get a deuce. So it's 5-4 now in the 7th end of the bronze game. Team Korea have called their power play now in 7, but they're up 5-4. We'll let you know what happens. And now trying to blast. Got rid of everything except the one red. So, perfect shot.
You're not in any trouble now. Like, even if they make this perfect, you peel the guard, and they got to put up a perfect guard. If they don't, you're going to get your deuce. Worst case scenario, you're going to steal one. You're going to go into 7, up 1 with, and you could use your power play or save it till 8.
I think Jacob has decided to play the hit on the open one on this shot. So hit and stay or hit and roll behind the center guard. Hit and roll is the toughest shot in curling, though, so it's very difficult to try to roll buried. Good shot. It stayed. Would have liked the roll, but very difficult. Immediately having a look at the come around, but that's not necessary. This is when you have to look at the scoreboard. You go, no. We're winning. Let's hit the open one, sit one, and then see what Denmark does. They might come around the guard.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a move sooner or later. They might not do it this end, but if you hit this on the nose, they got to think. Like, if they don't make the hit and roll, they could just hit it on the nose and be up 3.
Yeah, you don't blank in mixed doubles. Hit this on the nose would be the call. You do not want to roll this behind the center guard, though, because if you did roll this one, the red stone would be behind the tee line, and then you'd be locked right on it. So hit and roll now will be the call, because this doesn't matter if you're behind the tee because there's only one rock to come. So that's always a matter of who's got last stone. Well, see if you can get the roll here. Put some pressure on. Out there a little bit, though, I'm afraid. I don't think the sweeper's going to be able to get that to curl enough. He's not. So a fairly simple end, but that's what you want when you're winning. If you're Team Italy, that's a great end. Get closer to the finish line.
All by that run back, making that run back that made your end a lot easier.
At that point, it was advantage Team Denmark, and then all changes with one beauty like that. Last rock in 6th end. Out turn, draw to the circles for a single point. Extend the lead to 3. Stefano Spiller all over this rock all the way down the sheet, but I don't think there's any problems there. Nope, dusting it right in the 4-foot circle. Very nice. 5-2 now. Team Italy with the lead. Playing in 7, but there's power plays.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Well, there, I was talking about the crowd in behind from all over the place. This is wonderful to see. Absolute packed crowd here at the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2025. Unbelievable crowd here at the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's an absolute pleasure for myself, Kevin Martin, Don Bartlett, to be here and to be able to commentate this fantastic curling game.
Yeah, fantastic is the proper word. Like, shots being made every end. Watch this. Now they're going to play the pick into the rings. And lo and behold, they make that too. Like, the clinic, it's a real clinic.
Yeah, each team gets one power play in their game, and both teams extremely smart play to keep it as long as they can. But now, likely, this will be Denmark's last time having the hammer. So playing the power play, which moves the stones over to the sides. They have a good opportunity to score a multiple point end.
However, with the tick being made into the rings, it simplifies things. Now there's only 3 rocks in play. That corner guard is really not going to be in play, I don't think. Maybe late in the end, but yeah, it's, the power play is good, but if they make that first shot, so they decide to put up another guard.
What a very nice guard. Perfectly done. So now you don't really want to tick the yellow one into the house. That's the opposition drop. Now the play is the outturn freeze to the rock, come around the corner guard. If this is made perfect, that does kind of nullify the end. But if this is missed, then you can freeze to the wide one, the red one, and all of a sudden the 3 is in play.
Or 4. If they miss this, and you go around the corner guard again if you want, right? And leave that one for later. That's interesting. This is the big shot here. If you can get the freeze on, it should limit the scoring. But if you miss, like Kevin said, it's going to be action. This looks a little bit warm. This is a lot warm. This is the first really big miss for Italy for a while.
So now, yeah, exactly what you said, Don. Around the corner guard again to sit second and third. If the run back is missed, you can play to the red. You can guard it. That's why the 4 is a possibility. 3 is definitely in play now.
Denmark being down, they have to make this shot. This is one of the shots in the game that you have to make. And this one's a little warm too. A little warm, a little wide. And sometimes that's what happens, that when you draw to the wings and you haven't drawn to the wings for a while, it's a little quicker than you think. And both teams got fooled by that.
But it ended up all right. Yeah, it's in a backbiter position. Doesn't matter how far they are in the house to count later in the end. Well, now trying the freeze again. This is an interesting call, because if you happen to be a little light or chip off, a roll's made, a 5's in play. Not just 4. You could actually see a 5 potentially.
I always remember playing with you, Kevin, that late in the game, in the 10th end, I always wanted to get one of my rocks buried. Just get it, doesn't matter where it was, hanging on back 12, anywhere, because I knew I had 2 guys behind me that could make the hit and the doubles and the triples if we had to get that rock that's back ring a scorer. This is a little heavy again, but it's going to outcount the last one, hopefully. And it did. Okay, so might even be second shot's hard to tell.
Yeah, very close for second shot, but it's vulnerable. So you could play down to it and try to bump it a bit to sit second and third and fourth. Come around. I'm not sure I like that call as much. Or you just maybe hit the open one, play the double later. There's lots of choices. Let's see.
No double right now on the reds. So if you can freeze to the red one maybe, right, and they blast it and stay on the nose, then you can make a double in lie 3 berry or close to berry.
Well, for Jacob Schmidt here, we're seeing him play out turn, come around. This tells me that likely yellow is second shot, Don. By playing this shot, the yellow is probably better than the red. But this looks a little bit heavy. It's got just a really quick spot. And now taking it down to the red one and maybe try to bump it a touch, just a little bit. Nope, not quite. But by playing that shot, I'm thinking yellow's better than red anyway.
Yeah, still lots of action here. This could be still could be a 3, and it could also be a 4. They need a nice freeze here. We're getting tricked a little bit by drawing to the wings. They haven't drawn to the wings all game. It's all to the middle, and the middle gets a little bit slower. Whereas when you're drawn to the wings and you haven't done it all game, there's no slowing down. Let's keep going.
Stefano Spiller with an out-turn attempt here to freeze down right on the V in Volvo. Well, the first V, not the second one. Right on top of the yellow. Now it would really take the end away if this is made perfectly. Looking pretty good. Might be over curling just a touch. Let's see if it stays on the face. Oh. Perfection again. Can you see enough of it to hit that on the nose? Maybe. The key to this shot was not letting it over curl and keep the angle on the center line side. That's really well done. In there, lying to tough position now for Team Denmark. Don, do you think that you could hit that red on the outside of the house, like towards the big V in Volvo, or on the nose? Can you see enough of it? You've got a better angle than me from behind.
You can definitely get to the inside, and if you can hit it with enough weight to set up a double with your last one, right? If you can get the inside roll here, it's going to go onto the back red. This could still be a big end.
So trying to hit this on the nose or a little bit not broom side, the other side across face. Get that red one towards the middle a little bit. Oh, moved it quite a ways. Didn't quite get across the face. Really good throw. Just need that to curl, well, pretty much any more. And that would have got rid of the red stone. But it didn't get rid of it. So now a chance to hit and lie 3. And that will be a force. If this rock does roll out, though, there will be a double chance for 3. But a hit and stay, there would be no chance for more than 1. Hit and stay. And does a perfectly played end, starting with that chip shot, chipping the rock into the house, made it perfectly, and the force is on.
Top notch from the first end onwards. Unbelievable curling. I was talking with Brendan Botcher before this started, and he said mixed doubles, if you can curl 75-80, you're doing really good. I think Italy's doing way above that.
Actually, I think Denmark's doing well above that too. There just hasn't been very many misses, but now this is a force. This is last shot here in 7, 5-2 Italy. This is a shot to bring it to 5-3. Needs to be made. Jacob on this rock, needing 4-foot. This is looking light to me. Try to get it there. Just needs to bite. Oh no, that is coming up light. That is a steal of 3 points, and that will do it. Championship for Team Italy. 8-2 is the final, and they have played fantastic. Every bit they've earned.
Yeah, it's just an incredible performance. And Kevin, it was a pleasure commentating with you. And Italy's been really good in all disciplines lately.
Well, they have, yes, definitely, with the finish at the mixed doubles world championship for Majaner and Constantini, and then Team Constantini in the women's, Team Cornaz in the men's, all been very, very strong. And congratulations, definitely, to Lucrezia, Grande, Stefano, Spiller. Gold medals. But we're going to have the medal ceremony in just a few minutes. I'm going to update you on sheet D, and that is the Korea-Sweden game. Korea gets 1 in the 7th end with their power play. So Korea up 2, coming home, but Sweden has the hammer. 1 rock to come. I will update you in a little bit.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
I go to commercial while they're getting organized. Welcome back. So we're just going to go over to the bronze game here. So Team Italy defeating Team Denmark in our gold medal game. Congratulations, Team Italy, for gold. Congratulations, Team Denmark, on a fantastic game for silver. And here we are in the bronze game. 6-4 for Korea. This is the last stone for Team Sweden. Trying to get on the nose of the guard. Oh, and just did not curl enough. So that will be a single point for Team Sweden. That'll make the final score here on sheet D. 6-5, Team Korea with a bronze medal finish. So we've got Team Italy with gold, Team Denmark with silver, Team Korea with bronze, and a fantastic week by Team Sweden coming in 4th place. Dawn, boy, oh boy, this has been quite a day of curling. Incredible. Oh, it's just been so accurate and well played.
Yeah, it's great to see it. Like for me, being an older guy and curling my whole life, 50 years actually, I've curled. And to see our game in great hands with these great athletes, it's wonderful to see.
And everybody watching, this is the inaugural Junior Mixed Doubles World Championship. And it's just been great this whole week. Love the fact that this event now occurs in curling. It's funny, we talk about adult mixed doubles at both the World Championship level and the Olympic level, and how great the athletes are. Well, without the junior mixed doubles World Championship, I just don't see how we could expect the athletes to be great. But can you imagine how well this final was curled? Give these athletes 10 more years. How good are they going to be?
Oh yeah, like I say, this Italy team today would have done really good against almost any older mixed doubles team. How good they curl, and you can tell they're very well coached. They don't panic. They get out of trouble by making their great frees, and the angles, Kevin, the angles that they put on the rocks, the whole game was just amazing. And we were talking earlier about Italy's great, performance in all the disciplines. I think they're last year or 2 years ago they were World Junior men's champions as well. So like they've definitely got a great program in Italy right now.
So the medal ceremony will be coming up in just a few minutes here. We'll take a quick break.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Now we're back to the ceremonies here. We've got MC Jim Jerome at the mic. He'll be taking over when everything is ready to go in about a minute's time. We'll have the gold, silver, and bronze. You see why the ice is so good? That's Cody Hall actually just touching things up. He's absolutely meticulous, that man. You could tell with how good the ice has been all week with how meticulous. You see Warren Hansen with Jim Jerome. We're just waiting for the kids to get ready. You can imagine the kids, the young players, the juniors that have won gold, silver, and bronze are pretty excited. And a lot of hugs and everything for them with all of their entourage. We'll get everything organized in just a few seconds. We'll have words from Jim Jerome and the medal ceremony in just a few seconds.
there first, because I don't want to recognize Holy Schmidt! There's no media here, I can do that. Congratulations, Team Denmark. The co-chair of the 2025 Booster Juice Junior World Curling Championship is Rob Gerts, and Rob is now going to present the gold medal to Team Italy. Yes. Stefano,
Well, this has been absolutely fantastic. You guys, congratulations to Team Italy on the gold, Team Denmark on the silver, Team Korea on the bronze. On behalf of everybody at the Saville Sports Center, our crew, myself, Don Bartlett, everybody at Curling Stadium, thank you so much for tuning in to the Booster Juice World Junior Mixed Doubles Curling Championships 2025.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.